And then we'll move on to our next position. We have for our next position being the Cultural and Social Director. So Aaron, we come back to you there. So Aaron, if you're still out there.
Yep, I am.
Excellent, mate. So we come back to you. So feel free to start speaking.
All right. Hey everyone, it's me again. I'm Aaron Johannes, also running for Director of Culture and Social. I strongly believe in the importance of having a committee who share the same vision. Being an officer for the past year, I'm beyond grateful for having the chance to work with almost every member of the department, and most importantly, learning a lot of valuable aspects from a multicultural team. However, despite our diversity, there is one thing in common I sincerely admire from my colleagues, which is our empathetic nature, where we highly regard the cultural and social well-being of international students. As Director of Culture and Social, I aspire my best to ensure that the shared vision is present among us. Moreover, I'd like to ensure that the well-being of my fellow officers are taken care of. For many of us, the past year has been a tough one and has undoubtedly affected many of our mental health. Being an open-minded individual, I will prioritize not only guiding them in event planning and execution, but most importantly, taking time to understand and be empathetic towards everyone's well-being. Being a leader, it is essential to acknowledge that everyone is going through their own situations and no one's mental health should be simply disregarded. As Culture and Social Director, I would also like to ensure that the voices of international students are heard. This is essential as I'm able to take time to listen and be familiar with the problems of international students. Every few months, students will be able to provide event suggestions or even leave us with anything we can take note of in order to create meaningful events that are beneficial to the student body. And at the end of the day, the Culture and Social Department has a special place in my heart, and I look forward to having another year at UMSU International. I sincerely wish the best of luck of every one of you and hope we can work together in the future. Once again, I am Aaron Johannes, running for Culture and Social. Thank you all for your time.
Thanks, Aaron. Now we have Ilya. If Ilya's out there. So Ilya, the last call for Ilya, if you're there, Ilya. No, we have no Ilya.
Sorry?
Do we have any Ilya? No, I know that's Avia. Have you seen an Ilya? Is Ilya on the call?
Oh, I thought you called my name, sorry.
No, that's all right. No, Ilya, yes. I could be clearer with my pronunciation. So Ilya is not there. So we'll go to Arya. So
yes,
Arya, if I'm mispronouncing your name, my apologies.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can there. Go for it, mate.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Arya Kushwa, an ordinary second-year Bachelor of Science student. Just like you, I left my home for my future alone. But the one thing that keeps us all together is the faith, the hope, and the trust that I have in our community. Even though what has happened in the past year, I have seen it all. From enjoying the weekends with my friends at the winter carnival to sitting on the desk and playing video games back in my home country. But the social and cultural events organized by the UMSU International brought the change. So I think it's my chance to give back to the community. I am here at this platform today to run for the position of the CNS Director for UMSU International. My main job would be to push you guys toward a better path and make sure that each and every student has a balance in both academic and social life while studying online or on campus. I would suggest different ideas to my team about different programs and events that would keep the student engaged in various communities present across our university. I plan to work side by side with the welfare department to get weekly reports on the issues uh, that students are expecting and solve them with several engaging activities and events. I know that CNS is a big team, but I will devote my effort to keep everyone engaged. We will have various events suggested by the students and the committee members, such as Stay Home, Stay Connected series, which were successful among the students studying overseas. If elected, I hope to start a weekly peer connecting program, which will help new international students to easily connect and make lifelong friends in Australia. Most importantly, I will be regularly in touch with the CNS Vice President on issues such as organizing and landing new events for the social and cultural well-being of international students, so that everybody will be on the same page. If I am elected, I would work towards helping each student, whether overseas or on campus, to have a sense of belonging, a group of friends, and a community to call home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, we've got, I'm just going to check what questions we have. So just stay with me for a moment. We have questions here, so I'll go through them in order. Now we have you attended UMSU International's events before? And if you have, do you think they could be improved? And how would you work to tackle this or improve them? So go you first there, Aaron.
Yep, so I've both planned and attended UMSU International events for the past 2 years. And I felt like what we have is a very good foundation for the events. So we have really engaging game masters and good event planners. So maybe something that could be improved for the future is getting an inclusivity of almost all cultural backgrounds, because it is really important. Like, even though we have events that's already reaching out to many international students, probably obtaining a bigger, wider variety of students coming from different backgrounds would be really important, so that we're inclusive to every single student body, and this will help us and also have a higher turnout for our events.
Excellent. Unmute myself. Now, now we've got Ari, if you're there.
Yeah. So the question, I would like to answer the question in like the CNS committee has already done a superb job in organizing really good events and successful events too. The thing that I would also consider, just like Aaron, was like engaging more and more community with or like organizing events, and also we can celebrate each and every diversity, connecting with all the clubs and societies, not only those societies which are right now connected with the CNS department, but also each and every society, such as CISA, like the food clubs and everything. So that would be great.
Excellent, thank you. Now, on to my next question. What is your vision and your end goal for this role? Aaron, if you're there.
So probably my main vision is trying to get the message down from the vice president, and that will also be taking care of my members essentially, because being an officer for the past year, I have learned a lot and placed myself in the shoes of an officer, that I'm able to understand like the expectations of being an officer. So being a director, I aim to give my officers a chance to speak out their choices, and yet also maintaining a really good mental health well-being, because that is something really important, as we know that the studies is getting harder because of COVID. So being able to let them have the freedom while guiding them to create good events would be my first priority.
Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, Ari, if you're there.
Yeah. So I completely agree with Aaron. Like, the teamwork is the key aspect in the CNS committee. Also, my priority would be starting the peer networking program. In the first 6 months, I would like to expand it through all the community in our university. Also, rerun the new Stay Home Stays Connected series, building new relationships with all the different clubs would be my priority. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, I think I have one more question. I'll just be a moment. The cultural and social department is different, in which you divide up the work between the vice president and the director. In what ways will you divide it? And if you both want to manage the same event, how will you resolve this problem? Now go for it.
In the end, even though we might be working towards the same vision, the culture and social vice president and director each have their own roles that are specific. So the vice president will be talking more with the external organizations, and the director will be focusing on their officers and delivering the message towards the officers. So what we can do is having a horizontal integration for the vice president and bring it down towards the directors and relaying the message to officers. And that will also create a vertical integration for our department. And this is really important because we're able to get all the information needed from the executive committee and bring it down to the officers so that we're aware of our current vision and will stick to it and create events that are in line with our UMSU International's mission and vision as a whole.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I'll just check whether I have. Now, Arya, if you're there.
Yes. So I would like to add to Aaron's point, like it is really important to have good communication between all throughout the committee. So I would have, as I explained in my speech, so I would have weekly meetups with the whole committees and like officers and the vice president. I will personally provide the vice president all the informations that the students are facing and what all new events should be organized to make them more feel like home. So yeah, that would be my answer to the question.
Excellent, thank you. Now that I've got one more question, I think. Now, a problem that occurred during the homestay connected with events in 2020 was that the expected participation amount was not reached. Due to this, the team's morale fell a lot. How would you as director tackle this issue?
Yep. So it is really common that online events do not reach the quota as we expected. Like for example, as what Zil mentioned, the stay home connected events. But like there's also really a few events which actually occurred during the previous term, such as Amazing Race, International Buddies, and Murder Mystery, where we actually reached our quotas and even exceeded among from it. So there's a lot of things we can learn, especially from the feedback and from the previous committee, so that it's really important that we're able to read the final report, discuss what are the good things about the event, and maybe like I know so far that engaging and interacting events is the key to having good online events. So probably I can guide them throughout to the officers and let them know and give them guidance while allowing them to explore their own ideas. And in this way, we will like hope that we're able to get our quota for our events and create successful ones which are meaningful to everyone.
Right, thank you. Yeah, Arya?
Yes. So I think the problem last year was that not a lot of people, a lot of students knew about the like the event, knew about the stay connected events. But that's the issue that I'm running for. We need to enroll a lot of like each and every international student so that they can easily access each and every events, such as we can do this, we can do like do this thing, use like expanding our social media reach, also working with several volunteers that they can promote our events. So yeah, I think that would be great.
Excellent, thank you. Now we've got, that's all the questions that I have. So thank you both. Now we're moving on to the next position, which we've got the Human Resource Director. So Hermione is the first. So Hermione, do we have you out there?
Hi.
Hey Hermione. So we hear you loud and clear. So if you would like to speak, that would be great.
Yeah, okay, sure. Hi, I'm Hermione, but I'm not from Harry Potter. I'm currently studying psychology and media and communication, and I'm running for the position as HR director. As a current international student ambassador, ISA, within 4 months, I have helped out for most major events this year for over 90 hours. I believe I have a thorough understanding about the organization and the working culture of it. As the person that will be in charge of the ISA program, I believe as a current ISA, I have a high level of knowledge about what the recruitment process is like, and I know exactly what type of people we're looking for. So the transition process will be much easier if I become the next HR director. I do think I am suitable for this role because I'm being told that I'm a friendly person that is easily approachable with strong communication skills as well, which in my opinion is exactly what an HR director should be. If I become the next HR director, I will continue the health system that the current HR department has created, where they will put ISA into 3 different houses, Voxwood, Otterstone, and Greenberg. I do like the idea of the health system, but I think currently there are not enough activities to increase morale and enable ISA to create a sense of belonging to the houses. Hence, I would like to hold more bonding sections and interactive activities within each house. In addition, I would like to propose the idea that ISA should also get their own hoodies so they don't have to wear ISA t-shirts if the events will be held during freezing cold days. As the current HR director has mentioned during the information section, the HR director should become the glue of the UMSU International organization because every department will come to you whenever they have any issues. So in order to maintain a good vibe within the committee, I would like to have a monthly OB gathering. So to let all the OBs get together and know one another and get in touch with one another and keep up. I promise I will take good care of the ISA program and promote UMSU International with the aim to connect both local and international students and hopefully provide them with the best uni experience. Once again, I'm Hermione and I'm running for the position as HR director. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks you. Thank you. Now we've got Ania, if you are out there. That's one of these awkward moments where Gavin asks the room. Now, Anila, do we have you out there? No, we don't. Well, that Hermione, you get to answer questions on your sweet lonesome. So that means that these questions that I have are directly for you. So what do you think the HR department of UMSU International does? And hence, what are the most important values one should have to be the ideal human resources director?
I believe the HR director in UMSU International, the main thing is to take care of the ISA program, which I am currently in ISA. So as I mentioned, I really understand what the recruitment process is like. And also as a HR director, the qualities to carry is to become the glue of the UMSU International organization. And you have to have a thorough understanding about how the other department work. And you have to have great communication skills, and you have to be a good problem solver as well, because as I mentioned before, whenever there's any problem from other departments, they will come to you and you will be the middle person to solve any issues. So to have great communication skills and to be a good problem solver is really important.
Excellent. Now, the next question is, what would you do to improve the current Human Resources Department of UMSU International? Obviously, this is just elaborating more than what you've mentioned so far.
Right. So I have mentioned a bit for the ISA housing system, but I want to add on that because I do think the current system for ISA sending screenshots to the HR department of posting on social media about the events is not efficient enough, because only one person will be in charge of that, and like over 50 ISAs will send the screenshots at the same time. So what I would suggest to improve the HR department efficiency in that way is to ask HR officers to be in charge of recording the ISA in their respective house. as we now have a house system, so we should get the most out of it and utilize it in the best way. So the workload will be evenly distributed and nobody will get 50 messages at the same time and feeling stressed.
Excellent. So the next question is, it's natural that office bearers and ISAs in Melbourne would have an easier time getting along and forming close bonds. How would you ensure that those overseas international students would also have as many opportunities to maintain strong bonds with each other and those in Melbourne?
Right. So I know that currently there's a big borderline between overseas ISAs and in-person ISAs. So what I will do is I will create speed friending sections for ISAs, no matter they are in Australia or overseas, like in Zoom, they can get to know more about one another and we can play some icebreaking games so they can interact with one another more and get to know one another more. Yeah, so that would be my solution.
Excellent. What would you do to tackle the problem of diversity? Currently, we have a lot of students involved from Southeast Asia, but we wish to get international students from other regions to be part of UMSU International too. How would you do this?
Yeah, I do realize that we have a lot of Southeast Asians and UMSU International as ISAs. And what I will do is probably I will contact the PNS department to ask for, clubs to promote the ISA program recruitment process and ask their fellows to actually join the program and get to know more about UMSU International and join us and help us. That's what I would do, yeah.
Great. Now, I think that's it for the questions. Now, I don't know whether I've got, someone has asked whether Kimmy Megan, who was elected unopposed to the position of Media and Communications Director, could do a speech. Now, given that she has been elected unopposed, I don't mind her doing a speech. It's going to be a bit awkward to actually go through heaps of questions because it will be good for her to outline what she is doing for the year. So not to put this on you too much, Kimmy, but if you do have a speech or you are willing to speak, let me know. We can go through and you can speak.
Yep, all good. I can do the speech.
Excellent. Well, there you have the floor now, so I'll let you speak. Now, I won't take questions for you because obviously, we have quite a lot to get through, but if you can go through and outline what you will do for the year, that would be great.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Kimmy Megan, and I will be your next Media and Communications Director. As an MNC Director, I understand that I will be in charge of promoting UMSU International's image and brand for the international student community, such as through event promotion, merchandise creation, or UMSU International social media, along with my officers. Especially during lockdown, it is ever more important to use these methods of communication to be connected to international students stuck studying all over the world. This pandemic should not hinder them from getting the university experience that they deserve. A problem I identified this year is that online events are not getting enough reach as in-person events. Hence, under my term, I will increase this number through creating an even better brand image for UMSU International. Because what is the point of having good events if nobody knows about them? I was previously the head of media and promotions of an organization whereby under my term, the social media campaign I initiated tripled in engagement in just under a month. This had led to a better brand image of the organization and had assisted in the promotion to sponsors, raising over 50,000 Australian dollars. Hence, displaying that I understand trends well and can grab the attention of UMSU International's target audience effectively. Adding on to this, I was an ISA photographer, and this allowed me to work closely with the current MNC team. This allowed me to provide insight into the future direction of MNC. After talking to the current director, I identified that the MNC team needs to improve in their overall team dynamic skills, as some of the officers are not doing as much work as the rest. Under my term, I strive to create an all-around team, whereby frequent collaboration will be facilitated. One way I will do this is by setting clear expectations and holding more in-person or Zoom meetings, having them share screen while editing posters, pictures, videos, so that everyone is able to complete and contribute their ideas accordingly. I would also like to expand opportunities for ISAs to get involved in MNC more. Since we currently only have 1 designer and 2 photographer ISAs at the moment, I plan to create social media ambassadors, which will utilize trending mediums of short videos such as TikTok and Instagram Reels. Having ISAs as one of our promotion strategies is highly effective to combat the lack of engagement of online events that we have right now. Since we have 70 ISAs, and with each at least having 100 friends on Facebook, we can expand our reach to around 700 people per event. And this year, since MNC started utilizing TikTok and Instagram Reels for the campaign, they'd receive a positive engagement. And hence, I plan to expand this platform there and using it as a form of event promotion rather than just boring posters. Because who else is tired of your ISA friends spamming your feed with the same posters when a new event is coming out? I will do exactly that. Create a more innovative.
Time actually, 3 minutes.
All right, yeah.
No, that's all right. I mean, in those, if you're just about to finish, then finish up.
Okay. So I will do exactly that, creating a more innovative and engaging content to enhance UMSU International's image and reach. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Now that we have one more director position to do, and then we're just going to circle back to some president questions, which is just to do a couple more questions for president. But at this point, we will go to partnership and sponsorship director. Now, Nadine, you might still be out there, hopefully. Yep. Excellent. So we're going to go, we're talking about obviously partnership and sponsorship director position.
Yep. Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Nadine Chandra, and I'm also running for the partnership and sponsorship director position. I'm a second-year student studying Bachelor of Commerce, and I am from Indonesia. As I have said before, having been an ISA for 4 months, I have gathered a better understanding of how UMSU International operates, which will be beneficial to my transition to this role. I have also had experience being a sponsorship officer in various other student clubs, and therefore I am aware of the responsibilities and challenges that this position entails. I have heard that the PNS department had faced numerous challenges and difficulty in securing sponsorships and running successful events due to the pandemic in the past 2 semesters. Therefore, I would prioritize the interests of international students to see what events or activities I can bring to them, such as career workshops, networking events, and many more to increase engagement. Securing sponsors has also been inevitably harder during the pandemic. Therefore, I am eager to reach out to many more potential sponsors, especially sponsors whose visions are aligned to UMSU International's, to expand our sponsorship network. Moreover, I am committed to strengthening and maintaining relationships with pre-existing sponsors and student clubs to provide UMSU International with the best offers. If I were PNS director, I would foster a collaborative team environment so that my officers will learn as much as they can from their experiences and also allow my team members to generate ideas freely. I believe that a PNS director should have the technical skills and experience for establishing and maintaining partnerships, not to forget the communication skills needed for sponsorship liaising. Moreover, a sponsorship director should maintain the morale of the team, and I believe that I will be able to achieve that. I promise to prioritize the needs of international student community and strive to provide them with the best university experience. Once again, my name is Nadine Chandra, and I'm running for partnership and sponsorship director.
Excellent, thank you. Now we move on to the next candidate, which I will just be a moment. I'll just pull them up. Now we have Anushka. Anushka, are you there? Anushka is not there.
I think she's there, but she's not audible. She's there. She's trying to talk, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Well spotted, people. That someone who habitually speaks on mute. That is well done. Now, Anushka, are you out there?
I think you can try by disconnecting your earphones.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible now.
Excellent.
Yeah, sorry, my mic got disconnected.
No, that's all right. You are now, we can hear you now, Anushka, so go for it.
Good afternoon, friends. I'm Anushka Singh, and I'm standing for the role of PNS Director. I'm a first-year Bachelor of Arts student majoring in anthropology and politics. Now, my speech is going to be divided into two parts. First, my goals for the PNS department, and second, my eligibility for this role. Now, as an international student, my biggest concern has been not being able to avail of all the opportunities that I might want to. I believe that these concerns translate to all international students. As a PNS director, I want to address these concerns by making the maximum opportunities available to the international students. Therefore, my first goal will be increasing collaboration between UMSU International and other student clubs so as to make the maximum number of opportunities available to international students. To achieve this, I propose we use student surveys to determine the kinds of events and collaboration that international students want so that we have a better understanding of their expectations and proceed accordingly. But here I would also like to emphasize that this department's responsibility includes internal as well as external management. Therefore, getting to know other student clubs and society's expectations of UMSU International will be my second goal. It is imperative that we understand how the student clubs perceive UMSU International so as to assure better collaboration. Moving on, throughout these policy speeches, I have understood certain primary areas that everyone would like to focus on. And these include promoting mental health and welfare, more integration of international students in the Australian culture, as well as promoting individual cultural identity of international students. For achieving this, apart from collaboration with clubs, I hope to get sponsors relevant to these events so as to provide international students with the most support and opportunities as possible. Connecting with the previous director, I was able to know that the current COVID-19 situation has impacted sponsorship. I hope to counter this by reaching out to more and more local businesses as well as organizations that align with our events and objectives. Now, I would also like to focus on why I think I should be elected for this post. Firstly and simply, I'm really passionate about it, about coordination of, internal and external organization of UMSU International. Moving on, I'm involved in different clubs like MERS and Indian Students Club, and as a result, have a lot of connections, which increase chances of collaboration. Additionally, I've been doing internships and social work, which I feel I feel like the experience has made me more communicative and convincing individual, which I feel like are the key qualities for this role. Hence, I believe that my proposed goals and my experience make me the best choice for this role. So vote for Anushka as a PNS director. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushka. Now, I'll just check if I have some questions. Now I have, yes, I don't have any questions. So if anyone would like to send me some questions, or if there are any questions out there, feel free to speak now. Otherwise, we can move, as I said, we're going to circle back to President, just ask two more questions of our presidential candidates, which is a bit harsh making them wait that long, but you know they've certainly had an opportunity to listen to all the other candidates. So do we have any questions for the Partnership and Sponsorship Director position? Anushka and Nadine, you may be the first to get no questions. So I don't have any questions there. So I will move back to our president. So thank you very much to both of you. I'll move back to my presidential candidates, Disha and Mohan. Now, Disha, if you are there, I'm about to ask you a question. So, Disha, are you out there?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, beautiful. Well, I have a question. So I've just a couple of questions to ask you guys. So it's the president often faces unexpected challenges and roadblocks when trying to accomplish a task or solve a problem. How do you think you would adapt and handle the multitude of issues that you will face on a day-to-day basis?
Thank you for the question. In terms of tackling challenge, I think the best way I can do that is by taking help of my teammate, and I'm 100% sure that whoever will be elected is going to do a fabulous job. also because I was a part of my student council for quite a long time, I do understand and I know how to tackle multiple kinds of issue. Maybe not at that altitude of university level, but I do understand how to tackle them.
Excellent, thank you. Now do I have Mohan? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. Now, if you need me to repeat the question, please let me know.
No, that's okay. So I feel tackling all these issues, the biggest factor that comes in is motivation. And me, like spending 2 semesters in Melbourne and being done both online and offline, I know the challenges that every international student faces. And I know how motivated I am for this cause. And ensuring that everyone is treated fairly and with the equal opportunity is my motivating factor. So whatever comes my way, either I'll have to take help with the previous exco, understanding their point of view, or taking help from the current exco and all about them. It's just that I'm not going to quit, and I'm going to do whatever that's possible to manage that issue, and I'm going to overcome that issue. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Now I'll go to my next question and last question for our presidential candidates. You'll be working closely with your executive committee. However, there's always been an evident divide in the workflow between the president and the rest of the committee. How will you ensure that you are transparent with the rest of your committee regarding work that the EXCO does? So go for it, Disha, if you're there.
Yes. I think in terms of being transparent, it's just about having a great connection with your team members. And that kind of creates this connection where you end up trusting each other and you end up having these conversations where you ultimately become transparent. And in that process, you also end up sharing a lot of your duties, which ends up creating a smoother ride for each member of the team.
Yeah, so I'm going to answer it now.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know that the role of the president can sometimes be pretty isolating, but I will ensure to have like a clear line of communication, and I will work very closely with my team to induce growth and allow them to perform to their fullest. I will also not be shy to delegate my work. So UMSU International will not be very centralized, but everyone will be aware of what is going on, which will obviously improve the transparency in the community. I will ensure that I will bring all the executive matters back to the EXCO, so everyone is in loop and has a chance to give their opinion and is on the same page for every decision. And finally, I will also be submitting the bi-weekly reports to the UMSU International CCM. So this will ensure that the whole of UMSU International office bearers and the whole of community is kept into loop and updated on the work done by the president.
Excellent, thank you. Now we will move on. So we've done all of our executive and director positions. Now we move to the officer positions. As I said, well, with officer positions, we're just going to do 2 minutes. So just you'll have to be quicker. And the other thing being is that if you have, particularly because there are some people who have stood for director positions and then are standing for officer positions as well. So if you feel that you've already gone through and talked about yourself and you only need to give a brief introduction or you don't want to talk again, just let me know. So now we have education officer. And I think Li Qiong. Now, Li Qiong, are you there? Now, we may have, given that there's been a very good turn up amongst the executive and the director positions, there may not be as many people because just to mention, a lot of people did get back to me just to say that they have classes and other things at various times. So not to be too harsh to people who haven't turned up, but some of them have come back to me and mentioned that they can't make it due to their classes. Now, last call for Li Qiong. No. Now, do I have Yu Zhang?
Yes.
Excellent, Yu Zhang. Now I can hear you there, so go for it.
Hello everyone, my name is Yushan. I'm from China and this is my second year of uni. I studied in the Bachelor of Commerce, majoring in finance. So today I'm here nominating myself for the position of educational officer. I'm strongly interested in this position because I'm passionate about nearly everything related to study and knowledge. I know I may not be the perfect study model, but I think I'm really active learner with good attitude towards study. I want to create good environments for all international community members. And also, I think I enjoy the teamwork spirit. I love socializing with different people with different cultural background. It's always a good thing to know more about other culture and how other people think from their perspective. I used to be an international ambassador in year 11 and 12, assisting international captain in organizing different activities. We did some amazing work improving international students' academic performance by setting different study groups. If I am elected, I will try my best to working hard and assist the vice president and the education director on issues and activities related to the education and the rights of the members. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Jing. Now, Jagath is skipping over as he spoken earlier. Now, Matthew, do we have Matthew out there?
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Matthew, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Very well. So that's good. So feel free to start.
Hello, guys. So good morning from Qatar. My name is Matthew Pincheria, and I'm doing my first year of BSc Data Science. So I started my first semester in online, and it has been a quite of a different experience. So, and I always love to be in a community where especially they bring a change in education. So instead of putting my personal problems, I made a small survey of what students had during their first year in university. So I will be compiling this into my policy speech. So if I was elected as an education officer, I would make sure that all the students are having a comfortable in online working spaces and have a comfortable experience. And one of the main issues that students are facing is that the safe arrival back to Melbourne. I would ensure that the students would get an accurate date as when the students would come, and ensure that they have safe travel also. And the other issues that students are facing, as Jagad already mentioned, is that there isn't a common platform where students can form, study groups and make a good study peer. So what I would like to bring is that we would make a common platform where students not only can find study groups, it prevents them to have a burnout. So where students can find different students from different diversities, and exchange their educational views, and and have a fruitful educational experience. And another problem that I would like to tackle is another problem I would like to tackle is students are not really getting. Sorry, am I breaking out? Oh, okay, fine. So students are actually not facing the proper internships and not getting equal job opportunities as the people in Melbourne. So I would ensure that the international students also would get the same experience.
That's time, Matthew.
And
10 seconds to finish.
Yeah, so I would like to conclude saying that I'm aware about the responsibilities in this role, and I'm ready to strive hard to make sure that the international students are getting the education experience they're bound to have. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Matthew. Now that covers it all. That's all our education officer candidates. So I've got a question here for you. So if you were elected as an education officer, what is the area of interest you would like to pursue through this organisation? So I'll start with, who have I got first? Just make sure you Zhang, I think you were first there, my friend.
I think if I'm elected, I think the main improvement for me, I think it's mainly focusing on the improvement for the online course, I think, because from my perspective, I think during this pandemic, everyone's having really hard time in terms of doing the online course. And I think the efficiency is like not so great for me, and I just couldn't find this effective So I think there are a lot of work to do for me to improve the performance in that area. Yeah.
Right. Now we've got now Matthew, you're next.
Yep. So what I would, if I would become the education officer, what I would like to improve is that I would really enforce a global platform where students can really engage. And another thing is, after I was conducting the survey, I did find that students are not exactly happy with how they were giving, how the tutorials are happening, or how the Zoom meetings are happening. So with that, I would like to really improve on getting a better platform. And yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Thank you, Matthew. Now we have one more question, which is just that what strengths can you offer to this organisation to achieve those goals? Yeah, go for it, Yusum.
I think just as I said, I think I have the main strengths of communication. I think because I like to socializing with different people, and I really enjoy knowing what they think towards a particular thing. So I think that's going to be my main strength in terms of achieving the goal. Yeah.
Excellent. Matthew?
I think the skill where I prevail is being highly collaborative. So I like to exchange ideas with fellow committee members and really bring up a good change, a progressive change where it can be easily implemented. And even though knowing some people have the language barrier, I'm able to break that and have a good session with the committee members and my fellow international students. That's it.
Now, excellent. Thank you, Matthew. Now we have, moving on to a welfare officer. Liz, do we have you out there, Liz?
Yeah, could you hear me clearly?
Certainly can. Go for it.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Liz. I've been volunteering as an ISA for quite some time, and it's been an absolute pleasure. This year, I can't wait to step up even more as a welfare officer candidate. As an aspiring clinical psychologist and someone who's raised by LGBTQ parents, I deeply feel that there hasn't been enough support for people living with mental health issues and LGBTQ plus internationals at UniMelb. As such, my top 2 goals as a welfare officer candidates are strengthening the current support for students living with mental health issues and their carers. I plan to build upon the current mental health programs and to facilitate more support for carers. These can be creating workshops, focus groups targeting a specific mental disorder, or a specific group of carers, such as friends, siblings, and peers. Secondly, I wish to create a safe and loving environment for the LGBTQ plus internationals. A few years ago, my 2 mothers and I were lucky enough to move to Australia, where our special family composition is more accepted. However, I still recall the very feelings of embarrassment when being asked about, why did your mom marry a woman? What happened to your dad? As a candidate, I hope to move on from the old histories and start brand new chapters, not only for myself, but for our international community. I hope to help LGBTQ plus tackle culturally sensitive issues, create a safe space for people to ask questions, and to build a stronger, better representation of LGBTQ internationals. To achieve this, I need your help. My fellow students, please dedicate your precious vote to me as your future welfare officers. With your vote, I have no doubt that we could build a stronger and more inclusive community together. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Those now, do we have Hui Ping out there? Maybe not. That's Gavin, we'll move on. Now, Yu Zheng, you're up again, Yu Zheng, for your second nomination. Or not. That Yu Zheng, we'll move past you, Yu Zheng. We'll go to Riddy now. Riddy, are you still out there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent, Riddhi. So yes, your nomination for welfare officer, go for it.
Yeah. So hi, my name is Riddhi Agarwal. You may have seen me speak for the welfare director's position, but I'm here again for welfare officer, and I'll take some of this time to talk about some of the finer points and ideas that I have for welfare that I didn't go over during my director's speech. So first of all, professional welfare. Right now, in our welfare department, we do conduct professional workshops for RSA, bartending, etc. But I do believe that there is a demand for work experience opportunities, as international students who are trying to get jobs don't necessarily have prior work experience that a lot of local students may have. I believe it's worth organizing a program which connects students with these work opportunities, as every little bit of experience counts. And as we've had such successful results with our professional workshops, with our RSA and bartending courses, I'm sure that if we organize our work experience workshops and opportunities, they will prove to be very successful as well. The next little idea that I had was in regards to nutrition. As we all know, nutrition is very important in keeping your physical and mental health healthy. And we often have in UMSU International barbecues, and we distribute snacks. And while it's free food and is appreciated, it's not the most healthy food for students to be eating all the time. I think distributing more fruit at the lounge or at events would be an inexpensive but healthy provision to take. This is something that if you were here pre-COVID, libraries used to do this. They used to have free fruit outside in a little basket, but ever since COVID hit, they don't have that anymore. I believe it's a relatively inexpensive and easy program to implement. And I even came up with a name for it. We could call it Fruity Friday, new fruit every Friday. I'm very excited about it. The next thing I believe is kind of unaddressed is people not being aware of university and UMSU international services. Now, a lot of people have come up to me and expressed that they don't really know what goes on and what's available for them to utilize. And
already, that's time, so I need to wrap up.
Okay, no, that's all. And I just feel that's something we can address in the future term. Thank you for listening to me.
Thanks, Riddhi. Now I got our next person is Teresa. Teresa, you're out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. We can hear you loud and clear. So go for it. You've got 2 minutes.
Hi everyone, my name is Elsa Tamika. I'm a first-year Bachelor of Science student, and I'm currently contesting for the position of the welfare officer. Being an international student certainly has its own troubles. The homesickness, language barriers, culture shock, and academic pressures are predominant occurrences that every international student might face. And not to mention, the COVID-19 pandemic is most likely to exacerbate all of these mental barriers. Considering how international students spend a significant amount of their time in university, providing a secure, supportive, and understanding platform in the university is certainly essential. And this is where I hope to contribute in. Understanding the struggles and troubles, as a welfare officer, ensuring every possible way to minimize these hardships will be the priority. Voting for me means you will have a hardworking individual and a brilliant team player utilizing her skills in supporting and assisting UMSU International's welfare department, while also contributing to new ideas for events and projects in accordance to the goals of the welfare department, especially to ease the struggles that international students face and also to support the well-being of the UMSU International Committee. You will have a representative of international student that cares for the well-being of all international students in the UNIMAL that would accommodate any aspirations of international students regarding their well-being and advocate for their well-deserved rights in the community. Through the welfare department, my hope is to perpetuate the importance of the well-being of international students and to increase social awareness and empathy in contributing to form a caring and encouraging university environment. It would also be such a great pleasure of mine to work with like-minded, amazing individuals to bring out the best out of this university experience for all international students. It's time for international students to stand side by side in solidarity, and it will be such a great honor for me to be one of the representatives in ensuring those aspirations in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Sarah, are you still out there?
I sent you a message, but I would like to pass,
sorry,
please.
Sarah. No, that was me not catching up to my messages in time. My apologies. So we've got Shubham, if you're there, Shubham. Shubham, are you out there? Now, Shubham did mention that he would have to, that they would have to leave due to classes, I think. So we will move on to do some questions, and I will just pull up the questions that I have. Now, what qualities do you think constitutes a good welfare officer? And we will go firstly. I think, Liz, you were the first. So go for it, Liz.
Students in a very real manner, I suppose you can put it that way. So yes, to be compassionate about the work that we're doing and to, you know, really feel passionate about it is, I think, the best quality you can have as a welfare officer, because there's this constant hustle and work that goes into it.
Thank you, Woody. Now we do get to you, Teresa, Terica. So, you go for it.
Yes, the same as Rudy and Liz, I believe that in the very first place, to have the passion and the attentiveness in the take care of the well-being of international students is definitely essential. In making sure that there's a motivation behind the work, and in making sure that we do keep a good work throughout the term. And I would also say that it's important to have a balance between assisting and helping the directors, while also making sure that we as the officers still contribute and still making initiatives and making sure that the directors do not work alone in pursuance of the welfare department goals. And I would also say that maintaining a good communication and a good relationship with the director and also the vice president is also important in order to work together and pursue the goals. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we've got another question here, which is, what is your main area of interest within welfare, and what do you hope to bring to the position? Again, we'll go for you first, Liz.
Yeah, so as I've mentioned in my speech, my top two areas of interest is mental health issues and the LGBTQ plus community. So for mental health issues, I plan to have workshops and focus groups targeting specific populations of people living with mental health issues, and also the carers of those people who are living with mental health issues. And as for the LGBTQ plus community, I feel like there are so much more to come, actually. One of the main things that I want to achieve out of this is definitely to have workshops building around culturally sensitive issues related to this community, because as a person who lives in who's soaked in this conservative Eastern culture, I feel like there are so many cultural issues that we are not allowed to talk about, especially when it comes to the LGBTQ. So I wish to give people more opportunities to ask questions and to feel free to express themselves in this safe community. And also I would like to, sorry, my light just went off. I don't know why. And also I would like to collab with MNC department to have a more holistic guide for the LGBTQ community, and just to give them a comprehensive guide of what to do and how to deal with certain situation under certain cultural context. So that's two of my main focus.
Excellent, thank you. Riddy?
Yep, absolutely. Currently in the welfare department, I had the mental health portfolio, and I worked on mental health day, and I believe that's something I'm really passionate about, and I want to continue in the future. I would love to expand mental health program by, again, as Liz said, having workshops around mental health, and then but also how to deal with university study load, burnout, feeling overwhelmed by assessments, because that is a major source of stress from what I've observed and I've been told by my peers. Secondly, as I've mentioned before in my speech, I think professional welfare is something that I'd love to tackle, and just, again, provide more opportunities for students to, obtain, whether it's part-time work or internships or work opportunities in the field that they've chosen. I think it's really rewarding to know that you've made a substantial impact on a person's life. Thank you.
Great. Now, Teresa Tamika.
Yes, so to answer the question, considering the passion that I have for mental health, I think this position will be one of the platforms where I can channel this passion into helping and giving back and serving back to the International Student Committee. And also, I want to promote mental health awareness through workshops and through projects and events, and also inclusivity for other marginalized community out there. And I also aspire to help in creating events and projects that can be a safe space for all international students out there, where there are no barriers, where everyone can connect and can confide in their stresses and difficulties or any other concerns that they have in the university environment. And I also want to make the department and events that can be the last resort for international students seeking for support and other beneficial things that we can get out from the welfare department.
Great, great. Thank you. Yeah, that's all the questions I have. What I will do now is move on to the Cultural and Social Officer. Now, I think the first person I have who is in the meeting now is Zifei. Do we have you, Zifei, in the meeting? I am guessing not. Now, I think Hui Ping is not here. Yell out if you have come online, Hui Ping. And we have now, Anson, are you out there? Excellent. Well, that I'll move on to On Key. Now, On Key, are you there? Now, this might be a lot of me saying names that then don't answer, but because we have had a fairly lengthy session and a lot of them have let me know that they have other commitments. But so you'll just hear a lot of my voice at this point. Yifan, are you out there? In which case, Teresa, which is good that you've left your video on, because it's back to you. So you can talk about your nomination for Cultural and Social Officer.
Yes, thank you, Gavin. So my name is Teresa, and I'll be contesting for another position, which is the CNS officer. So acknowledging the diverse culture that exists within the University of Melbourne community, the preservation of this culture needs to be upheld and to be celebrated. Additionally, social relations between international students in the university in order to keep a friendly and open community is definitely essential in ensuring a good university experience for all the students out there. And this is where, as a CNS officer, I hope to partake in. Through the CNS department, I wish to embrace every culture and diversity within the community through events and projects. I wish to contribute in events that hopefully can make international students feel at ease, where they can have fun and form social connections where it might be limited and difficult through these times. When elected, through the commitment I make to UMSU International, I will give out my best in assisting the CNS department and UMSU International in general in delivering their goals and policies that I believe are in line with bringing the best experiences for all international students in UniMel. I will assist and contribute in giving out ideas for interesting and fun events that promote inclusion for every individual in the community. I will give back to international students by assisting the CNS department in making sure that all culture and diversity are acknowledged and cherished in the community. I will help and serve the international students by helping UMSU International be a comfort zone for many international students out there that are far away from their friends and families. Your vote will make me one step Director to pursue the aforementioned aspirations and wishes that I have for the international student community, and therefore it will be highly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we've got, do we have Ashia out there? I don't think I was successful in getting Ashia before. Ashia, if you've rejoined, let me know. But I do think Sophia is still out there. Sophia, are you still there? It's one of the great things about being a returning officer. You deal with rejection quite easily. So Sophia is not there. Now, Jocelyn, do we have you out there at all?
Hi.
Hey, Jocelyn, I'm excited. You're there. So that you've got 2 minutes. We can hear you loud and clear. So you are able to go through for 2 minutes.
Yep. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Yusum Wong, and I'm a second-year Bachelor of Arts student, and I'm running for the position of a CNS officer. So I've been volunteering in UMSU international events as an ISA and have completed approximately 40 hours of volunteering in this semester. By helping out for the event, for example, the Adventure Hunt and the Mini Carnival, I can see that the community in our university is very culturally diverse, that we have many students coming from different countries and distinct cultural backgrounds. Therefore, I understand that as a CNS officer, it is important to celebrate this cultural diversity, encourage students to get in touch with different people from different cultures, to make friends of each other, and to share their unique experience with each other. If I'm elected and if I'm organizing an event in the future, I will try my best to provide opportunities for students from different backgrounds to connect with each other and to strengthen the sense of belonging to our university. On the other hand, I also understand that under the COVID-19 pandemic, there are many international students who are not currently in Melbourne, and some of them may feel that they are disconnected from the university due to the border closure. So I also aim to increase their connections to our community by encouraging them to participate in our online events so that they will not feel that they are being left out. Also, during the ISA program, I have been working with the current CNS officers, and I can see how they manage and organize the event properly, how they did to ensure that the participants would enjoy the events. And I believe that I can apply the things that I learned from them to my future role if I'm elected. By joining the ISA program, I've also gained experiences of working as an event host and setting up the things that are needed for the event as well. So I believe I'm familiar with the process of the events, that I can apply these experiences to my future role when I'm organizing an event in the future. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we've got Matthew has had to. Matthew has other things to go on to. Elsa, I think Elsa, are you out there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, excellent, Elsa. I'm excited by that. Now I can hear you loud and clear. So if you would like, you're welcome to go through and start your 2 minutes.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Elsa Putri, a second-year art student and a candidate of the Social and Cultural Officer of UMSU International. Being a school ambassador in the international high school I attended in the past, as well as part of the current ISAs in UniMelb, is what drives me to run for this position. With my past experience of organizing several cultural events in highly multicultural environment, I experienced myself the importance of sharing and showcasing of all cultures, especially among us international students. If given a chance, I would like to hands-on contribute and help in organizing cultural events to show the diversity among UniMelb international students, which are also a sign of international students' unity, regardless of our cultural background. Following this, I believe that I can bring to the team is the skill of cultural consciousness, which I have acquired with my experience of growing up in highly multicultural environment. I believe that this is important, especially with the current goal of including more individuals of different cultural background to join and know more about UMSU International. I believe that with COVID-19 situation, there's an increase in challenges faced by international students. Few of them is in regards to student social life that is affected, making it difficult for them to connect with their peers, especially for those not currently in Melbourne, like I am. As a psychology student, I believe that during these times, it is essential for UMSU International Committee to unite and pay more attention to social well-being needs of international students.
And if given a chance, I would love to be involved in projects planning to connect international students and to ensure the social well-being of international students, showing that we see, hear, and care for them. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Elsa. That now, I think Ilya is not with us. Arya has had to leave to go to his class, so thank you to him. Now, Shubham, Shubham, are you here? No. So we have the three to ask questions to, and I will just check if we have questions, which I do. So these are questions passed on. So please outline one event you have in mind that you would like to carry out during your term. And I'll start with, who have I got first? I think it's Teresa. I think it's you, Teresa Tamika.
Yes, thank you for the question. For the event that I would like to carry out is definitely a form of an event that incorporates every culture and every nationality that all international students might face. For the details of the event can be further thought about, but what I'm currently thinking about is having some sort of a platform where every culture and every nation can perform and can showcase their uniqueness in some sort, and where they can show off their culture and every diversity that they have within the nation. And with that form of event, I believe that first, it can promote inclusivity for every international students out there. And second, it can also help with the promotion of culture and the promotion of nationalities and other beneficial things that can come out from promoting cultures for every countries in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, next on to Jocelyn.
Hi. Yeah, so one of the events that I can think of right now is actually based on the film festival happened last month. So because the film festival is held on campus, so the students who are not currently in Melbourne cannot attend this on-campus event. And I think that in the future, we can try to create an event like a Netflix party, so that for the students who are now in Melbourne can watch the movie on campus, but for those who are not in Melbourne can watch the movie online together. And I think that actually film festival is a very good way to promote the cultural diversity in different countries, because we are filming the movie from different countries. So so that for the students who are not in Melbourne and for the students who are now in Melbourne can also enjoy the movie together. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Go for it, Elsa.
Thank you for the question. And one event that I have in mind right now is the International Friendship Day, which is celebrated on July 13th every year. I believe that this could be an event celebrated by UMSU International too. And activities such as pet friending or even cultural activities booths such as cultural dance or even cooking workshop can also be done. And as a way to get people excited and at the same time promote this event, we can also ask people to show their multicultural friendship and use a hashtag before the event as a competition-based thing by offering incentives to gain a bigger audience reach. Because usually students from different countries have different social media they use most, it will be good to collaborate with clubs and societies, for example, the Malaysian Student Society, for events promotion as a way to reach bigger audience. This event would be a good way to show how diverse Unibelt international students are, and also a sign of unity again of international students. Thank you.
Excellent. I have one more question here, which is just that since officers plan events together, you might come across opposing views. How do you plan to resolve these? And we'll start with you again, Teresa Tamika.
Yes. First, I would like to reiterate the importance of communication within the team itself. I would recommend a direct communication where each officers and also with the director can be open and can be transparent about what things that they want and what things that they would like to eliminate, to make sure that there are no further conflicts within the department and the team itself. And second, I will definitely learn to both listen and also incorporate my ideas to other people's opinions. So I will definitely recommending incorporating some of their ideas while also making sure that I still contribute to an idea that can develop and that can advance their ideas more. So I can promote both my new ideas while also listening and while also still accepting their ideas.
Thank you. Go for it, Jocelyn.
Okay. So first of all, I think that the communication between committee members are very important. So by communication, I don't mean that only myself to express my opinion or the things that I want to propose, but also I have to listen to the feedback of my committee members, because I understand that my suggestions or the things that I propose are not perfect, and there must be improvement for me to improve. And also, I will also carefully listen to what my committee members propose, and I will give feedback to them to ensure that we both have the opportunity to improve and to make sure that we are cooperating, listening to others, listening to the opinions of each other. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Go for it, Elsa.
So I think when working as a team, this is something that is bound to happen. And my first reaction would be having a talk or discussion with the community members themselves. I truly believe that only by communication can things be solved in a team-based organization. And this can be done through exchanging our side of ideas, as well as how we think it fits into the situation, before we can then discuss further on how we can go on to solve this obstacle. But this is not something that can be done easily. And I believe that good team bonding plays a part, and thus should be something that is paid attention to at early period of working together, because it determines how comfortable we are to be able to transparently communicate our ideas, which then decides how good we are to handle this kind of conflicts of ideas between committee members. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you. That was very good. And we now move on to the Media and Communications Officer position. So, Fallon, if you're still here, we have you first.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Feline Phoenicia, and I'm applying for the position of Media and Communication Officer. I think I'm qualified for the position as I'm in the publicity team committee for the Malaysians of Melbourne Uni Club, where I manage their social media, so I'll able to do the same with UMSU Internationals. And also, I have previous qualifications in photography and experiences in school events photography. So I have the eye for it and can document the events that are going to happen in UMSU. And also, as I'm majoring in management and marketing, I know which marketing strategy works and which doesn't, so I can suggest improvements on UMSU's current marketing strategy, such as implementing personal word of mouth when promoting events and doing more Instagram story live when the events are held. Also, I won't have any problems with the time commitment as my major is relatively very doable. And if I were to be elected for this position, I will do my best in all the tasks that was assigned to me. That is all from me. Thank you so much for your time.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Now, Spencer, I think, have we got you out there,
Yes,
Spencer?
I'm here.
Champion. I did make you wait a very long time there, so that good work that you've waited all that time. Thank you.
Yeah, no
We've got
worries.
2 minutes.
Hello, everyone. I am Noah Spencer. I am a management and marketing undergraduate running for UMSU International Media and Communication Officer. I tried to make the speech short to save everyone's time. I'm passionate with connecting to people through online platform and in person. I have adequate skill with photography, videography, and design. Also, I strongly believe that I have a base academic knowledge to connect more international students into the organization. I am proud with my energy and passion contributed as an international student ambassador with outstanding volunteer hours. UMSU International has inspired me in engaging with overseas students more, and I hope I can continue through this position. I love the Q hand mascot made by MNC department and merchandise, and I want to help the MNC director in expanding the appearance of it. I will also develop UMSU International to other platforms, especially the current popular ones such as YouTube, Discord, and TikTok. I think that's it. Thank you for everyone for being so dedicated and patient. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Spencer. Now we have Noah. Are you still out there? I'm resisting the joke.
Yep, I am still here.
Noah, yes. Excellent. Go for it.
Oh, okay. I'll also make this portion short. I have a lot of experience in media and communication, as I worked in my high school's news broadcasting for over 3 years, bringing news, various media of events, news around the neighborhood and in the entire country, basic knowledge to the students at a morning talk show every morning that I personally led and broadcasted myself. And I want to bring that kind of knowledge and experience to UMSU and help everyone get to know even.
Excellent. Thanks, Noah. Now, Billy, do we have Billy out there? Are you there, Billy?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, excellent, Billy. We're getting some good work here right at the end. So thanks for sticking around. Go for it, Billy. You got 2 minutes.
Okay. Hi. There are a gazillion things I can't do. I didn't achieve the IB45, and I can't play a guitar. I'm not even close to being like a Nobel Prize nominee. And basically, some of you can say I'm a loser, but you know what? I'm not. I'm not a quitter. I'm not perfect, but I'm bound to fail. But quitting on this team, quitting on you will never be my option. To my dear UMSU members and fellow candidates, hello. My name is Billy Kwong, and I'll tell you how my weaknesses will be turned to make a brighter and more successful future for the media and communications department. Being the previous leader of photography team, current ISA's photography member, founder of a business that focuses on designing media platforms for startups, and being head of the media and design team of a small clothing brand, I have drafted a policy that I hope to implement as a possible future of an MNC officer. So one is that I'm a big fan of mentorship. I want to give the opportunity to anyone who is willing to learn. And as a student who has huge passion for commerce, in order to increase output, I think that everyone needs to put in the work. And I think all of us can agree with that. It's not just one person who carries the team, because that's just focusing on the present. And we know that dynamic won't last. In the MNC department, I witnessed a solid number of people who have been putting in the hard work while the others get to just laze around. The future of UMSU International can't be based on a few hardworking people willing to do the work. It has to be based on everyone who is willing to do the work and learn. And this to me is the ideal future. Don't you guys think? Tell me. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a bargain. You vote for me and you get a number of well-groomed MNC ISAs standing with me who are able to put in the work and high morale team. And last but not least, by tomorrow the present is past, but in the present, tomorrow is always the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we've got now I think that's it for our media and communications officers. I'll just check whether we have any questions. And I will go from there. Now I don't have any questions listed there, so I will move on to the next position, which is our partnership and sponsorship officer. Now, have we got you out there, Chi Wing? I don't think so. Do I have Chai Wing?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll go for it. You have 2 minutes there.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Chi-Wing Wong. I'm a second-year art student. I'm running for the Partnership and Sponsorship Officer position. The reason why I want to be part of the UMSU International is because I've been an international student ambassador for 4 months, and I really enjoy what I have been doing now. I hope I can still get involved with UMSU International next year. I really enjoy helping our different students. I want to help newcomers, especially international students, to settle in. As an international student ambassador, I already have a very general knowledge on how UMSU International works, and it would be beneficial for me to become part of the UMSU International. The reason why I want to become the officer in partnership and sponsorship is because I think partnership and sponsorship is really important for events in UMSU International. For sponsorship, my goal is to make the event more interesting and fun to join, especially partnering with clubs that has more diversity. For example, the Eid Mubarak event held this year, the UMSU International has partnered with the Islamic Club. I think sponsorship is also very important. So my goal for sponsorship is to hold some more exam pack and orientation pack giveaway, for example, like what the previous years did. My aim is to gather more students and to join the UMSU international events. Like gather more students to join the UMSU international events and also to bring awareness to UMSU international. I think I'm able to handle this because I have like a really good communication skills, and these skills can help me with securing the partnership and having a good relationship with clubs and society. I also have the patience to listen to the others, and it would be beneficial when dealing with other clubs and large organizations outside of school. Once again, I'm Chiweng, and I'm running for the position of partnership and sponsorship officer. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Anushka, are you still out there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Excellent, Anushka. We certainly can.
Okay.
Go for it.
Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Anushka Singh, and I'll be. I have nominated myself for the partnership and sponsorship officer as well. And considering I've nominated myself for two positions within the same department, I think you can realize how passionate I am about this particular department. I also want to reiterate that I consider that for any association to be successful, coordination between internal as well as external organization is absolutely essential. Now, you all know about my goals regarding collaboration between UMSU International and other student clubs. I consider it absolutely essential that we increase collaboration so that we can have more inclusive events. We can have a more engagement of the international student community. Moving on, there is a different aspect which I want to address, which is collaboration within the UMSU community, within the UMSU committee. I believe that internal collaboration is important, and there are certain goals that I would like to achieve, like better communication with the MNC department, so that we can reach out to more and more clubs and increase engagement. Working with the treasurer and finance department so as to understand the requirements of different events. Lastly, I hope to provide useful ideas and suggestions as well as help the UMSU International President and the wider committee to the best of my capacity. I want to assure each and every one of you that I have the relevant skills, including communication and teamwork, that I believe are essential for this role. So vote for Anushka Singh for partnership and sponsorship officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushka. Now, Emma, do we have you out there?
Yeah.
Excellent, Emma. Go for it.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for your time today. My name is Emma Yan, and I'm a current first-year Bachelor of Commerce student running for PNS officer. So my first introduction to UMSU International was at this year's Food Adventure, and that led me to join the ISA program, where I have made so many great friendships and had some wonderful experiences with such a sincere, genuine, and welcoming community. And that is why I really want to contribute back to this community that I gained so much from, which is why I have huge motivation to run for PNS officer. I love the responsibilities that it holds. I enjoy meeting new people, creating friendships, and assisting others in collaborating with various people. I've had experiences at my high school last year as choral captain and at my part-time jobs. And it is through these experiences where I have communicated with people from diverse backgrounds in both my personal and professional life, online and offline. And these skills are definitely transferable to UMSU International, where I would open us to new strong partnerships with the help of the co-officers and director to give access to more resources that other internal and external stakeholders may have, whilst keeping withstanding partnerships. And with these collaborations, I would further cultivate them to be relationships of mutual benefits, so they would continue to work with us and therefore build bigger and greater events at UMSU International, especially with more students potentially hitting campus next semester and later. So by continuing existing and building new relationships with partners, I'll be able to contribute major benefits to international students. And thus it would be an honor to give back to the UMSU International as PNS officer. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And thank you for waiting so long, Emma. Now we've got I don't have any questions for you, so we'll move on to the next position, being that we have the Human Resources Officer. So Spencer, if you're still there,
Yes.
welcome to speak again. Or
Yes. Hello again. I'm also nominating myself for this position as the first preference. Thank you everyone for staying until this late. For me, an HR officer should possess qualities related to communication and people skills, which I am confident at. I have also interacted with most committee members and befriended with many ISAs. The experience has inspired me to become a committee and help UMSU International. For that reason, I will be absolutely honored as an HR officer to support the director in creating a friendly environment for students. I want more community engagement externally and internally after my tenure. I also want the department to substantially expand by making events dedicated for HR department with the help from other departments. Moreover, I would also like to improve the cohesion and collaboration between the various committees. Once again, thank you, all wonderful people. I'm Spencer, and please vote for me as UMSU International Human Resource Officer.
thank you. Now, Kimmy, I think if you're still there, Kimmy, after giving you a chance to speak earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Kimmy, are you there?
Hi, yes.
Yep. Now, just yes, watch for the fact you might have your speakers on, so you might get some feedback. So I'll just make sure I'm muted and others are muted, and we'll go from there.
Sorry, do you mind repeating that? Sorry.
No, that's all right. We were just saying that you've got 2 minutes to speak about your nomination for Human Resources Officer. And then, yeah, otherwise you don't have to if you don't want to. Oh, sorry, Kimmy, you are taken out of there. Sorry, this was me working off an old list, so my apologies there. You've already been elected, so therefore that is just me getting to the end of a slightly long session, so my apologies. Now, Anson, are you out there? No, we have no Anson. So that, therefore, Spencer, you will get the questions. So I have a couple here, Spencer. Just to say that we have HR is facing an issue where not all 70 ISAs are volunteering for our events, which puts stress on the ISAs that do the work and that are actually willing to volunteer. How would you tackle this problem?
Sorry, can you repeat it again?
Yeah, sure, mate. So HR is facing an issue where not all 70 ISAs are volunteering for our events. This puts a stress on the ISAs that are actually doing the work and are willing to volunteer. What would you do to tackle this problem?
I actually acknowledge what the current HR department has improved the ISA program with the division of February and March 2021 intake into 3 houses for easier control and allowing more comfort for the ISA to interact with fewer people. As similar to Hermione, I think, I will build upon this method by suggesting the HR director to assign myself and them to be responsible for each volunteer hours. Especially with publicity hours. This is because I am observing the stress of OBs as an ISA when I see more than 70 people contacting only one HR committee. Also, I want to make more events dedicating internally for HR department by language exchange or food culture, which I will contact with the CNS welfare and PNS departments.
Excellent. Thank you, Spencer. That is all the questions I have for tonight. So thank you everyone for what it is there's some very impressive speeches and some impressive responses to the questions that we have put. Thank you to the Executive Committee and to Avia for putting in some of the background organisation and your suggestions and your very helpful input. And thank you to all the candidates out there who took part. Now, this is recorded, so it will then go up. We will post a link through the UMSU International Media links, and then just be reminded to make sure you put in your materials for us to approve, so that we can go through and approve your materials quickly. We'll try and get through them all tonight. If you have any questions, you're welcome to shoot them to myself and Jared, to just email them over. We try and get through everything quickly, but as you appreciate, there are quite a few candidates to get through. The other thing being is that we expect to have results ready for you on Friday night. We go through and check those. So even though it is an online ballot and it works very quickly, you will notice that we have to check the actual, we have to go through and check the figures, make sure they're correct. So we'll have the single member positions available very quickly. The multi-members may take a little bit of time. Now, we expect that we'll have them that night, but they may take a little bit longer into the weekend, and definitely we'll have them by the end of the weekend for you. So yes, now if you have any questions, we will send to you all a ballot link tomorrow, which is just for you to test it. So to have a look, make sure that your details are correct. Make sure that the ballot link is working in the way we expect it to. Now, this is just a test. It doesn't invalidate your vote, and it doesn't certainly stop you from participating in the ballot later. It's just to then have a look. The other thing is also so when you write on your material how your friends and colleagues can vote, it's correct. So have a look there. You will see there, if there's any questions about that, let us know. So that's about it from me. Jared, is there anything else we wanted to cover off on?
No, just make sure that when the voting ballots do come out, make sure you check your spam before anything else, before contacting us. So that you get friends, supporters, people, colleagues who want to have received their ballot, make sure they check their spam filters and their other inboxes before coming to us to ask for another link.
Excellent. Well, thank you, everyone. As I say, thank you to the current committee, and thank you very much for your time and your impressive contributions. Yes, as I say, you're welcome to contact us directly via email or phone. And if you have any questions, there are no questions too small, just get in touch. But thank you very much. Tonight, we're going to head off to our next Zoom. It won't be as long as this one, but we will keep on going. And if you have any questions, as I say, reach out to us. So thank you, everyone.